What is good, everybody? This week we're going to be looking at Chase Young and the season that earned him a second contract with the Saints. Now, he didn't have the best numbers in the world in terms of sack totals, but he had a ton of pressures and he did have some sacks. So, we're going to go over some of his best plays from last season in today's video. Now, Chase Young is a guy who has always had special potential, right? That's why he was drafted so high in the draft, but he has been a guy who has really not been able to put it all together, right? Whether that be because of injuries or effort concerns, whatever reason, it has just not all came together for Chase Young. And I still believe that there is some left on the table, despite how well he did play last season. I still think that his final form has not been reached, and I'm hoping that that comes this upcoming season under Brandon Staley. He's a guy who, if he is totally attentive to the game at hand and he is giving 100% effort, he can be a problem for any offensive lineman that is lined up in front of him because, again, he does have special traits. So let's get into the film from last season and see why he earned a second contract with the New Orleans Saints. All right, first play I want to look at here against the Dallas Cowboys. Gets a sack, splits it with Carl Granderson here. Okay, nothing too crazy, but I like it. Using the offensive lineman's momentum against him. Okay, so we see he's lined up way out here, standing up in a standing position, which is something he's going to be doing a ton under Brandon Staley, right? And we're going to see, we got this running back that's going to be flaring out here, and he's going to sort of get in the path of Chase Young, right? So it's going to kind of force him to have to take a little bit of an awkward path, but you can see it works out for him. So go ahead and press play here. So you can see the run. He's trying to go outside, but the running back is kind of there for support, for chip help, because this is a rookie offensive tackle here. This is Tyler Guyton. So he kind of has to go inside, but then he comes back outside, right? And, like I mentioned, this is a rookie offensive tackle, so he opens his shoulders way too much right here. Look at this path that he's given that he's given Chase Young inside. I mean, that is a humongous gap that this offensive line is giving him by opening his shoulders that much, at least, right? So he's just going to use his own momentum against him, right? He sees this, right? So we're going to act like we're going outside still, but guess what? We're going to take that inside hand and essentially just, again, use his own momentum against him, right? Because he's going this way with his shoulders turned and everything. Everything this offensive lineman has is moving this way. So Chase Young is just going to take that inside hand and help him. Just help him get there, right? Shove him, come through inside. Nice step through right there as well. Right there, with that outside foot, step through, come through, boom. Get a half sack on Dak Prescott. This is a really nice job, right? And of course, Carl Granderson over there doing his thing on the stunt. Getting the sack in there as well. Good stuff. Alrighty, next play we're going to look at here against the Kansas City Chiefs, getting the sack on Patrick Mahomes. This is a really, really good rep from Chase Young over here. This time he's got his hands in the dirt. Okay. And this is a really high level rep. So let's just go ahead and watch it play out first so you can see the end result there. Okay. Boom. Sack. Again, Grando also in on it, right? It seems like it's always those two or mostly those two these days. So let's walk through this rep here. So what are we going to get? All right. First, we're going to get a fake step inside right there, jab step inside. Okay, Euro step, whatever you want to call it. Boom, right there. What's that going to do? Well, it's going to attempt to get this offensive lineman to bite inside to essentially stop his feet right there. And you can see he does, right? You can see this offensive line step inside right there, right when Chase Young does. And again, all that does, right? Number one is it gets you to either step inside like he does or stop your feet. And it just shortens the path around the corner to the quarterback for Chase Young, right? So that's all it does, right? And of course, if you're a defensive lineman, you want the shortest path to the quarterback. And, this isn't a terrible job at the strike by the offensive lineman. He still lands that outside pillar strike, which is a decent enough job by him. But Chase Young is just really finesseful with it here. Finesseful? Is that a word? So let's watch it. Like, there's the jab set. Boom. We land the long arm right here, right? But again, that offensive lineman has a really good punch initially, but we're able to keep that arm out there right on the shoulder of the offensive lineman and watch the outside hand of Chase Young. Boom. Club that arm off, dip, rip, get the sack on Patrick Mahomes, right? I know it happens really fast, and it's tough to slow down here and watch exactly. So there's the fake. We got the long arm. It's not pausing for some reason. There it goes. There we go. Okay. So again, fake, long arm, right? Knock that arm off, club that arm off, come through with the dip, rip, and get the sack on Patrick Mahomes. I mean, again, club it off, dip and rip through. Really high level sack from Chase Young on this play. Alrighty, next one here going against the Atlanta Falcons. This time back standing up, right? Very versatile player. Can either put his hands in the dirt or stand up and get the job done. And this is going against Jake Matthews here, who is a really good offensive tackle, especially when it comes to pass blocking. All right. And this is a power move again, and he finishes it with finesse. Okay. So once again, let's get rid of that first. Okay. So watch what happens here. Again, good explosion off the line, right? Makes first contact right there. Like we are already into his chest right there. Okay. Right now, we're driving our feet. This offensive tackle is just trying to sit back. He's trying to anchor down against this bull rush. He is putting all his might into sinking his hips and stopping Chase Young from pushing him back into his quarterback. At this point, he knows it is a bull rush, right? Chase Young is able to extend here, right? That just shows the strength that he has because, again, Jake Matthews is a good tackle. So it shows how strong Chase Young is here. But watch how he finishes this rep because, again, we know, look how overextended this tackle is. He's putting everything, all his power, generating all his force forward, right, to try to stop this bull rush. So watch how Chase Young finishes this rep. He's going to finish with the dip, right? And what does that do? It throws this tackle off balance because, again, he's got all his forward momentum going this way, trying to stop that bull. So when Chase Young dips there, he falls forward and it works, right? Offensive tackle falls forward. The dip works for Chase Young. He gets around, boom, sack on the quarterback. And it's a fumble. I mean, it does not get any prettier than this in terms of just pure football, right? First contact, extension, and the finish. Alrighty, next one here against the Washington Commanders, getting the sack on Jaden Daniels. And the first thing I want you guys to notice is how explosive he is off the line of scrimmage compared to everybody else here. Grando's a close second, but see, everybody's hands are relatively equal here. And just watch how more explosive Chase Young is. Watch how fast he gets off this ball. Try to pause it at the perfect time, right? Ball is snapped. Look at Chase Young already out of his stance. Again, he's starting from hand in the dirt. Okay. Ball snapped. Look how quick he's out of his stance. Look how much further ahead he is already than everybody else in his rush, right? And again, this time, what do we know Chase Young? At the essence of who he is as a football player, he is a power rusher. Again, first contact, drive into the chest, drive the feet, extend, right? To get that full extension again, right? Again, showing his strength. Then we get the sack on the quarterback. Now, Jaden Daniels probably needs to step up here instead of stepping back, right? Because, I mean, the tackle is over here fighting for his life. You know, you got to help him out a little bit, but still, driving him straight back into his quarterback to get the sack here just shows the strength that he has and the strength that he plays with. And again, when he puts it all together, man, he can be a special player. He's just got to do it more often. Okay, next one against the New York Giants here. Left side of your screen on the stand up again. All right, this time he's going to hit him with a stab chop move. Again, another really nice pass rush move from Chase Young here. So again, starting from standing up, right? We're selling outside, close distance quick, stab with that inside hand right into the chest, chop the offensive lineman's hand off of you with that outside hand, right? Or excuse me, we're stabbing with the inside hand right there, chopping with the outside hand, right? And then we're going to finish this. We're going to get low, turn that corner, and get the pressure on the quarterback. Quarterback's still able to do a nice job of getting this thing off, but you can see here Chase Young doing a really nice job. Again, stab, chop, finish. Good stuff. Okay, this one here, really nice inside pressure from Chase Young against the Carolina Panthers. Right, going to go for a little club swim over the top, arm over, whatever you want to call it, right? And what I like about this is he's initially going to sell outside, right? Get this offensive lineman to think he's going outside before he takes this thing inside, right? So let's go through it, right? Look at his head. Look at his path, right? Everything about his path right now tells you he's going outside, right? So as he gets closer here, he's going to give a little fake outside. Again, jab step outside, faking outside, gets this offensive lineman to overset just by a little bit. Then we're going to make contact. We're going to throw our club, our inside hand, right? Looks like a little right there. Boom. Arm over. get the pressure on Bryce Young. Bryce Young squirms out of it, right? Ends up throwing an incompletion. Okay. Again, really nice job selling outside, selling like we're going vertical, and even gives a little cherry on top with the jab step right there. Boom. Again, it's just using the offensive lineman's momentum against him. He's going this way. We're going to take him that way with our inside hand. Then we're just going to swim right there over the top. And we're going to use that hand that we swimmed over with to create space between us and that offensive lineman to set ourselves up to get this pressure on the quarterback. All right, last one here we'll look at, and this is similar to the one we seen earlier, just using the offensive lineman's weakness against him, right? We get the pressure this time. And again, once again, I just have to point out the get off here by Chase Young. I mean, when the ball is snapped right now, look how much further ahead he is than everybody else, right? Explosiveness, never an issue. So, again, over here, hand in the dirt, got this kind of funky lineup with this tight end up here on the line of scrimmage, which, makes no sense to me considering, like where the offensive line is considered, the line of scrimmage, yet you have a tight end ahead of the tackle, which, whatever. That's for another point. But, okay, back to Chase Young here. So, again, what do we have, right? We have to take this sort of awkward path around this guy here. Again, we're selling vertical. We're going to cut inside, boom, right into the chest. Make first contact, always good, right? Especially when we're going for a bull rush, which Chase Young likes to do because he is a power rusher at heart, right? But now what do we get at this point? Now, check out the offensive lineman. What's happening? Overextended, trying to stop this bull, trying to stop this power rush, when really he should be sitting back, anchoring instead of overextending. So again, Chase Young just going to do, once again, right? Look at this lockout, slip. I'm out of there, right? Hit the quarterback. Another dip. Okay. Bull rush, slip it, dip it, come through, get a hit on the quarterback. Beautiful pass rush from Chase Young right there. And again, I mean, these clips are really only scratching the surface. He had a ton of more pressures on the season, and I think he's going into year 6. So the 2025 season will be year 6 for Chase Young, and that right there just tells you how time flies because it seems like he was just at Ohio State. And again, I said earlier in the video, I still think there's potential to be reached. I still think he has another some more potential to reach. I really, really do. So hopefully he can tap into that this year and bring out his final form, because Lord knows the Saints need all the help they can get. And Chase Young can certainly be a big contributing factor to whether the Saints have a successful season or not, or if they have a successful defense or not. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.